This is a public service announcement brought to you in part by the Source Wall. The views and events expressed here are totally geeked and are strictly the views of our own. However, the events and suggestions that appear on this podcast are not to be taken lightly. Blurs and nerds should not partake in the listening of this podcast if you have toxic views. The Source Wall is independently funded and not responsible for your actions. Upon listening to this podcast, you have agreed to like, share, and subscribe. Anything else?
Don't forget to bring a sandwich.
Hi, this is Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, and you're listening to The Source Wall.
The Source Wall.
The Source Wall.
Welcome everybody to the Source Wall. We back for the 69th time. For the 69th time, we are back with the Source Wall. I'm your boy special at the Outlaw Red Hood. Yeah, special number.
Yeah,
I'm your boy at the Outlaw Red Hood. This is my dude from way back Wizen, Rich.
We read comics, or Rich, giving them my government. If you've been listening to us often, you know who we are. For those who don't, yeah, that's who we are. How have you been? How's everyone been?
Been cool. Work is just work, as we spoke about earlier. But I'm reading comics again.
Yes, finally.
I'm sort of happy about it, but I'm sort of not, because I've realized I've not gone gym. I went gym once last week. And I've not been, today's only Wednesday, but I've not been gym at all. So it's like, I need to get that balance.
Yeah, you need to get that balance back. Get that gym in your life. I need to get that gym in my life, man.
But it's only been a week. But it's like I've been reading comics but not going to the gym. I don't know if there's a thing there. But I'm cool. How you doing?
Don't make it a thing. Don't make it a thing. You can do both, man. You can go gym and read comics.
I will do both. I will be that guy.
I've been good, man. I've been really good. If for those who don't know, I'm expecting very soon. Today we went to have a scan, so
yeah,
I got to see my little baby's face. He is kicking quite a lot, so I'm very chuffed. So I'm very happy with life at the moment. I'm
glad to hear that, my bro.
Yeah, so everything's cool. Everything's good. Work's going good. I've started to actually watch Jessica Jones season 3 now.
Oh, I thought you'd already started it.
No, well, I started it, but then stopped. We was actually watching Into the Badlands, which is sick.
I'm watching that as well. I'm watching season 1. Yeah.
Oh, the fight is like
dope. Like, yo, do you know who I like in that show? I don't know if she's still alive in season 2 and 3, but the Widow is dope.
Yeah, she's sick, man.
Widow is so sick.
I thought the first, when you first see her and she's fighting, I'm like, this ain't gonna last long, man. But she is actually proper.
Nah, she is. She's about it.
Yeah, she is one of my favorite characters as well.
Yeah,
man.
Mine too, man. Definitely mine too. Yeah. I've been watching Happy, and that's it. Happy and Into the Badlands. But I'm disappointed. Disappointed because I'm really enjoying Happy. But so I thought, let me Google to see if there's going to be a season 3. Nope.
Nope.
Cancel.
No season 3.
No season 3. I was so annoyed. I'm like, for crying out loud, why? I wish I never got into it now. I don't like it when that happens, but it's a dope show.
So
I watch it.
What's it about? It's like
basically, season 1 was basically this girl is taken to like her favorite TV show presenter guys. He's having like this party out in Times Square in New York or somewhere around there, and her mum takes her and she wants to get closer. And she's with her imaginary friend, so she wanders off, and she's like, "I want to get closer so I can make my wish." And basically, her wish is to see her dad. Her dad, as far as she knows, is like this great police officer, and it turns out her dad is just this bum ass cop or ex cop.
Oh, right.
And she gets kidnapped by like this really homeless looking Santa. So her imaginary friend Happy goes looking for her dad and finds him, and then they basically go looking for her. It's actually really good, but it's like proper violence.
Does it have that Roger Rabbit feel to it.
Actually, it does have a Roger Rabbit feel. If Roger Rabbit was a lot more violent, if there were a lot more drugs, and I don't want to say sex,
it's not
proper adult. It's proper adult.
Is it?
That's what I find funny about it. It's on Netflix, yeah, and that's what I find funny about it because it's like it's so adult, but you got this imaginary friend.
Sweet,
you know what I mean? He's so innocent, and it's a really good show.
I might have to watch that, man. I might have to watch it.
It's 2 seasons, unfortunately, but it's worth it. I'm really enjoying the show. I haven't enjoyed the show. I mean, I've said this before, but like when I get into something new and I really, really like it, I'm promoting that. Anyway, that's enough about what we've been up to. What about what's going on in the world of geekdom?
Geekdom, in the world of geekdom. So I did write a script for us. We was going to start with one thing.
Sounds like a bar coming.
But we have to start with this new thing because it's kind of good news and it's kind of sad news because we was talking about certain aspects of this news last week. So basically, Akira for 4/4. So, which means
I didn't get what that meant.
So, Akira has got to wait. So, basically, Akira was supposed to be directed by Taika Waititi, right? Which was supposed to come out in. It was penciled for May 2021.
Yeah.
But now, apparently, Taika's definitely got the job on Thor 3 or Thor 4. So Akira's been put on hold indefinitely. So hence Akira for 4/4.
Okay. I can wait for Akira, to be honest. I'd be happy if I didn't see it because it's not going to be anywhere as good as the original anime. I'm sorry to say that Taika, what hizzle.
What he?
Taika Waititi? I can't say your name, cuz.
Waititi.
Yeah. No, I'm sure it'll be good, but I'll be happy with it. Do you know what? Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans are gone. I need as much Chris Hemsworth for as I can possibly get. So,
okay.
I'm cool with this, man.
Alright. Yeah, I'm cool with it. Do you know what? To be real though, for me personally, I would have wanted. Also, don't actually. Damn, that's yeah. I was gonna say, but it actually isn't possible because he's doing the what's it called? Suicide Squad. James Gunn.
James Gunn.
I was gonna say I would have preferred Akira, and then in the meantime we have Guardians of the or as Guardians of the Galaxy per se, and then have Thor 4 after that.
Yeah.
But he is doing Suicide Squad at the moment, so it kind of does make sense in a way.
Do you think that the Guardians of the Galaxy will be in 4/4, and that's how they'll do as Guardians of the Galaxy?
That's one thing I don't know, because
I just don't want it to be a big throwaway thing where he basically clearly joins them at the end of Endgame, and then we catch up with him in 4/4, and it's like, oh, I was with them guys, and then we don't see it. I want to see it.
That's kind of what I'm kind of getting at as well. It's like I would have preferred to see the story of the Guardians with Thor first before we see 4/4. So
4/4, yeah.
Because, like you said, how is that gonna happen?
Yeah.
Is the Guardians actually going to be in the Thor movie now? Because I like the premise of, well, there's been rumors of what it might have been. It would have probably been hopefully anyway, it would have been a story of Rocket going back to his homeland or home planet, and you finding out that the High Evolutionary is the one who created him.
Okay.
And he could be the same one who creates Beta Ray Bill as well. So.
Oh yeah. Actually,
Do you
They
know
could do
what?
this. This could be the plot to 4-4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bring
I'm telling
Beta
you.
Ray Bill in 4-4.
Yeah.
And
Then you get
like,
Stormbreaker.
yeah. Like he's on a
That'd be
little
dope.
mission with the Guardians, and then he has to go off and do something. It can be anything. And then he meets Beta Ray Bill. And Beta Ray Bill, they have their mission. We have 4-4. And then right at the end of 4-4, we go to the Guardians come back. Beta Ray Bill is going to his homeland or something, and we find out it's the same place that Rocket Raccoon has gone to, and then we find out the High Evolutionary has been the one all creator of
creating all
both
these
these
animal
beings.
people. Yeah, that'd be pretty dope. Fingers crossed, man. I'm hoping either way, whatever plot they use, that they just don't throw away the fact that he went off with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, definitely.
The other thing is, I'd imagine that they're going to use. How is it we're on Guardians of the Galaxy 4 as well? They've caught up with 4. Anyway, let's check out the timelines of when those were released. Well, the next sorry, the Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Sorry,
yeah.
My bad. I was thinking
the only one would be Avengers, actually.
That's true. And if there was going to be a Captain America 3 and an Iron Man, a Captain America 4 and an Iron Man 4, but we won't get those, unfortunately. Hey, if you ain't seen Endgame by now, I've got nothing to say to you.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, if you're new to this whole thing, you're just trying to get into comic books, you're just trying to get into the whole geek universe stuff. Spoilers.
Yeah, we may ruin something for you.
Yeah, but just because we spoil it, that doesn't mean you shouldn't go out and see and read it.
Definitely.
We're just spoiling the key points to it. But you need to see it for yourself to get your own opinion. I was going to say something. That's what I was going to say. Guardians of the Galaxy. I feel like they're going to use that to basically. I can imagine the title now. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Search for Ava Gamora.
Yeah.
I feel like that's basically what they're going to do.
Yeah. I hope they do something really good, man. They really need to. I'm sure it will be good, but I don't know.
You know what's going to suck? You know what's going to suck? It's going to suck that much more now. Suicide Squad 2/Reboot. And the reason that's going to suck...
Dude, that was always going to suck.
Huh?
Come on, man. That was always going to suck.
It was always going to suck, but it's going to suck that much more because when James Gunn was fired from Disney, he was like, I may as well switch over to DC and get some of that DC money. But now that they hired him back, he's going to be thinking, I need to wrap this up so I can get home. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to put the effort in.
Yeah,
that movie is gonna tank, man. It's gonna suck.
It might be good, but
the first one sucked.
Yeah, I'm not really looking forward to it, to be honest. Yeah, I mean that's DC all over, isn't it? Right?
Unfortunately, yeah, for the movies anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to hear about this whole Akira for Akira. You know what I'm trying to say? How you put it?
Akira for 4-4.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Akira can wait. I'll watch Akira later.
All right, sweet. Give me time to read the
manga.
Read the manga as well.
Yeah, that's true as well. Actually, I probably won't, but it'll give me time to do it.
Give you time to think about doing it.
Think about doing it, yeah. What's next, man?
So what's next is something that was pretty big in the news front last week or this week. People getting overexcited about nothing really. Basically, Lashana Lynch apparently will be or is currently 007. And there was a whole thing about her being the new James Bond and rare. So this is a quote from Daily Mail, or what we call over in the UK, the Daily Fail. Bollocks newspaper. That's me saying that. Yeah.
No, it is that and the sun and the mirror. Ugh. Anyway.
Yeah. So I'm gonna kind of read what they've. This is how crap they are. I'm gonna read what they said. So the black woman who will be the next 007 new James Bond film will feature British actress Lashana Lynch taking over the famous code name, but that doesn't stop legendary agent trying to seduce her. In a popcorn dropping moment, the actress is handed Bond's number. Bond girls have been renamed as Bond women in the new movie. The new Bond movie pays tribute to the past 007 films. Since Daniel Craig announced he was standing down as James Bond, debate has raged whether the next James Bond should be a woman or black. Now the Mail on Sunday can reveal that she will be both, thanks to the intervention of feminist TV writer Phoebe Waller-Bridge. In what's been called a popcorn dropping moment, British star Lashana Lynch will be given Bond's license to kill in the 25th movie in the franchise, currently being shot in Italy and the UK. However, traditionalists can relax. She's not the new Bond, but a new character who takes over his secret agent number after he leaves MI6. The story begins with Bond retired in Jamaica, but Spy Master M, played by Ralph Fiennes, that's a sick name, Ralph Fiennes, yes, calls him back in desperation to tackle a new global crisis. A movie insider said there is a pivotal scene at the start of the film where M says, "Come in, 007," and in walks Lashana, who is black, beautiful, and a woman. It's a popcorn dropping moment. Bond is still Bond, but he's been replaced as 007 by this stunning woman. Bond, of course, is sexually attractive to the new female 007 and tries his usual seduction tricks, but is baffled when they
sounds like a huge spoiler to the next movie.
It sounds like it's just like one of those.
The first 10 minutes of the movie, and then basically he's gonna come back and be Bond, so it's nothing to trip on.
Yeah, exactly. It's nothing. I mean, one thing I would say personally is that they should have they should use a different number, because the only other numbers, I mean, they use different numbers in the novels, but the only other time we heard another number was in GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, yeah, with 006.
Yeah. Is it 006 or 009?
I swear it was 006.
I'm sure it was 009.
I'm Googling that. I could have sworn it was 006.
But it was actually 009 was in Octopussy, I think it was. It was 006, you're right.
Yeah, 006 was in GoldenEye.
Yeah.
All right, so they've used a different number a couple times.
Yeah.
Not often enough, though. Not often enough.
So it would have been nice to have like another number, really. Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, he's retired. What are you gonna do if you need to retire the number? It's just his agent. So I don't see what the big fuss is about, to be honest.
I'm telling you, a lot of those traditionalists is the word I'm gonna say. They're gonna be happy.
Yeah,
they're gonna be so happy. They're gonna be so happy. So, we lost Ariel. We were this close to losing James Bond.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, I have not seen her in any other film other than.
Apparently, she was in Guardians, wasn't she? Not Guardians,
she was in
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Yeah, she was not Monica Rambeau. Her mum, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, she was alright in it. I thought she was okay.
Not enough for me to judge her acting.
Yeah, exactly. So it's only one film. So we'll see. Hopefully she's actually pretty good in this, and she doesn't die in the first 10 minutes either.
They usually kill off Bond women. Not all of them, but they get murdered.
Yeah, exactly. They get murdered, man.
So if she's 007, they'll probably kill her off like in the next scene.
Yeah. Or maybe
Black
she
Dog.
will be the next one to take over. Like it would end with him either dying or retiring. I like the fact that they made him retire in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where
excuse me.
Ian Fleming was writing the Bond movies when he
Oh,
was
is
in
it?
Jamaica.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I forgot you heard that before. That's
Yeah,
fair
so-
enough. Well,
Not the,
I
did I say
neither.
movies? I meant the novels.
Sorry,
Sorry, did I say the movies? I meant novels.
I'm pretty sure you said movies, but I processed novels. Even if you did say
Yeah.
movies, I processed novels. Oh, what a mess. But I am neither excited nor not excited for this. I'm just neutral to the whole thing.
Yeah. You
I
never
like
really...
James.
Go on.
I like James Bond, but I'm not crazy about James Bond. I can take it or leave it. I'm all about John Wick.
Okay.
Yeah. John Wick.
There's actually
man.
been quite a few 00 agents. Yeah, there has been quite a few.
Okay.
Go on.
It goes up to
00,
9.
and actually 0012. There's a 0012.
0012. That's not
Yeah.
how numbers go.
Yeah,
But would
that's
there be
how
like a
these-
0032?
There's a 0013.
She's alright.
And there has been some false 007 agents. There has been different 006s and 008s as well.
Okay.
Actually, no, there's only been one 008. That's Bill Timothy.
Good old Bill Tim.
Bill Tim. So yeah, I'm gonna watch it anyway. I love James Bond, man. I love the old films and the new films. So
I do. My favorite was always Sean Connery. He was dope, man. Or Roger Moore.
yeah, Roger Moore was my favorite.
Yeah.
As a kid watching it, Roger Moore was my favorite. But growing up, Sean Connery, he was pretty dope.
Yeah, Sean Connery was dope, man. I'll see it, but like I probably won't go cinema to see it. I'll just see it. It will happen, as it always does. What's next anyway? What else we doing?
So speaking of controversies, Scarlett Johansson and the casting controversies, which has been happening. So basically, going back, a lot of people were upset that she was. I forget the character's name in Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell. Yeah, something like Lynn or Anne or some piece of crap.
Yeah. So people were upset about her being a character because she's not Asian. And then she was going to be a producer of a new film. Her name was Major in that, actually, in Ghost in the Shell. Then there was going to be a new film called Rub and Tug.
Rub and what?
Rub and Tug.
Okay.
Which was a story of. So I'll just read it. This is coming from. This is actually from the Daily Mail as well. The Daily Mail loves to.
Yeah.
So this. Sorry.
No, sorry. Go on.
Yeah. So in Rub and Tug, Johansson would have played the leading role of Dante Tex Gill. So the Dante is a woman who wanted to be a guy, I think, and basically she's supposed to be a transvestite. I think that's how it was going to go. But basically, there was an uproar about her playing that character and not actually having
a transgender person playing the role.
Person playing a role. So now that movie isn't actually being made, which is a shame.
So I don't even mean to laugh.
So now that movie isn't being made, and this was a while ago. So now Scarlett was doing a photo shoot with one of the magazines through Daily Mail. with a contemporary artist called David Sully. And basically, they was going back and forth, going through questions. He was asking her questions, she was answering them. And then she basically said, as a act, this is a quote from her, as an actor, I should be allowed to play any person or any tree or any animal because this is my job and the requirements of my job. I feel like it's a trend. It's a trend in my business and it needs to happen for various social reasons. Yet there are times it does get uncomfortable when it affects the art because I feel art should be free of restrictions. I think society would be more connected if we just allow others to have their own feelings and not expect everyone to feel the way we do. So she was actually basically talking to the artist about works about art and being an actor as well, and how those things kind of connect, kind of thing. So I think she's right in that, in saying that. In my mind, anyway, is like you're an actor, you are acting, you're paid to act.
I was gonna say, because I'm assuming it was like the trans community that had a problem with her playing this role.
Do you know what? To be honest, knowing how social media is, I wouldn't even say it. It might not. I think it's just basically trolls.
Trolls, and that's true. Do you know what?
And you get other sites, news sites that need to have something on their headlines, so they just look for certain tweets or Instagram posts or whatever, and makes an issue out of something that isn't probably a big issue.
Yeah.
Because you don't actually get that many trans films as well. Sorry.
Well, no, this is what I was going to say. Because regardless of who made the uproar, now that movie isn't going to get made at all. So regardless of who was going to play this character, it would have been groundbreaking whether she played the role or a trans person played the role.
Yeah.
Because it's not been done, and now it's just flat out not being done. And I feel like people just need to kind of stop. Imagine we'll use Little Mermaid. Imagine Disney was like, "Well, fine, we won't do anymore. We're not gonna make." What haven't they done yet? They've done up to Aladdin. Say they don't do Little Mermaid. Say they don't do. I don't know. Say it was like Jungle Book and all those other ones. They just said flat out, "We're not doing it anymore because you guys complained." Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And then people would be pissed because they didn't get the movies. Now people complain that she was playing. She was chosen to play this role, and yeah, she's an actress. Unless she was playing
and she's an actress with a name as well.
Yeah, exactly. It would have given that movie the push that it needed as well, because she's like a high profile name. It's a shame. I think it's a shame. People need come off this. People need to just come off your Instas and all your socials and start complaining and just like kind of let things be. But for all that, movies would happen. You either love them or you hate them. But that you can't even do that anymore.
So basically the Daily Mail blew it out of proportion, and the context was she was misquoted basically. So she released a statement. Basically, she said the question I was answering. Yeah, exactly why we called it that. The question I was answering in my conversation with the contemporary artist David Saley was about the confrontation between political correctness and art. I personally feel that in an ideal world, an actor should be able to play anybody and any art in all forms. Should be immune to political correctness. That is the point I was making. Albeit didn't come across that way. I recognize that in reality there is a widespread discrepancy amongst my industry that favors Caucasians, gendered actors, and that not every actor has been given the same opportunities that I have been privileged to. I continue to support and always have diversity in every industry, and will continue to fight for projects where everyone is included. So yeah, I mean, can't argue with that.
No, not really. I feel like it's just like because comedians these days where they have to apologize for certain things. They can't just do their comedy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She can't just get in front of the camera and act because someone's going to say something. And
exactly.
I think it's great having a voice where you can get closer to the studios, the actors, and the writers and whatever. But at the same time, they on their part, like studios, actors, and whatever, they hear a few hundred complaints, and then they're saying everyone's complaining. I'm like, no, just do what you were gonna do. It's like they focus way too much on the negative stuff, and I'm like, I've been in comments where I see like the negative stuff, but if you keep scrolling, you'll find a lot of positive. But it's like, oh no, man, I don't know, man.
It's a headache.
Yeah, it is. It's frustrating, man. But hey, man, you people out there, you're doing you.
You need to calm down, man.
Yeah, you're doing you to the fullest, and maybe you just need to have a Coke and a smile or something.
Yeah, put some ice on it.
Yeah.
Speaking of ice, Joe Taslim is to play Sub-Zero in the new Mortal Kombat movie.
I have no idea who that is. I know who Sub-Zero is.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So Joe, he is an Indonesian actor who broke out in 2011. He's been in The Raid and Fast and Furious 6.
Oh, him.
Yeah,
he's dope. Yeah. Okay, I'm with it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting a new Mortal Kombat film, but the new game came out recently, Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah.
And it's been really successful. Yeah. I hope the fatalities in that was quite hectic.
Yeah. Do you know, what was I going to say? The old Mortal Kombat movies, I actually kind of like those. They're kind of those movies that... They're the kind of those movies that...
Street Fighter, man. I must say that. It was better than Street Fighter.
It was much better than Street Fighter. It was closer to the source material. They're just those kind of movies that if they're on, you'll watch it. Like I wouldn't put it on. But if I'm flicking, I got nothing to do, got nothing to watch, and I saw Mortal Kombat 1 or 2, even one of them was on, I'm like, I'm in the mood for this. And I loved how you see the Street Fighter movie, how they flopped. They tried to make it like the game where it was just...
They didn't make it nothing like it, man.
Yeah, they tried. It's like you could see where they tried, but it was like poor attempts. Yeah. But with Mortal Kombat, where they had the music... Do
you remember City Hunter?
City Hunter with Jackie Chan, where they did the Street Fighter scene. Yeah,
that was better than the whole Street Fighter film.
It was a lot closer than
the
Street Fighter film. But I was just gonna say Mortal Kombat, when they did the Mortal Kombat, and they did it all, man, and they had to get over here. They had it all.
Yeah, that film was pretty sick, man.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it. It did have a dope soundtrack. Like I would watch that movie if I turned on the TV and saw that was on tonight, I'd watch it. Whatever I had planned, watching Happy. No, I'm watching Mortal Kombat. So
I need to watch it now, man.
Because those movies were actually pretty decent for their time. This movie better be dope. That's all I'm saying.
It needs to be good, man.
Yo, do you know what?
And it will be R-rated.
That's what I was gonna say. They need to go in. I do not want a softcore Mortal Kombat. If you're doing Mortal Kombat, you need to go in. Like it's brutal. It's a brutal game. Like, don't come in here trying to virtual fight at me. Like, no, I want Mortal Kombat. But all right. I'm with this. This guy's a dope martial artist, and he's a dope actor in what he does. So yeah.
So the game was released in April and has become the most successful launch in the franchise history. While it was critically panned, New Line's 1995 Mortal Kombat movie grossed over 120 million worldwide, and its sequel, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, took in 50 million 2 years later. Sub-Zero was one of the original characters featured in the Midway game, which debuted in 1992, with the story focusing on the monk Liu Kang, working to save Earth from an evil sorcerer. Blah 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 blah. Simon McQuoid will direct Mortal Kombat in his feature debut, directorial debut. James Wan and Todd Garner are producing, with Larry Kasanoff, E. Burnett Walsh, Michael Clear, and Sean Robbins executive producing. The current screenplay is by Greg Russo. Warner Brothers has dated the Mortal Kombat movie for March 5th, 2001. Warner Brothers brought the Midway Games assets in 2009 in bankruptcy court and began developing a reboot in 2011 with Ken Tancharoen attached to direct. Tancharoen departed from the project 3 years later. So, yeah, that's from Variety.
Okay.
But yeah, 2021. There's quite a few films coming out then.
Yeah, it's going to be a good year.
You?
I was also going to say, do you remember the old cartoon that used to come on Fox Kids?
Yes, actually.
That was sick as well.
That didn't last long though, did it?
It didn't last long, but it was pretty good. It was a pretty good show. Yeah. I remember people talking about that than the Street Fighter animated, the American Street Fighter animated. I'm not even sure if we got that over here, to be honest.
I don't think we did.
Yeah, see, that's how crap it was, man.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm about this movie.
Yeah. What about Hasbro's plans for Power Rangers reboot again?
The reboot.
The reboot.
I need to watch the previous reboot before I even get to this one, because I haven't even seen it yet.
Okay. That one wasn't too bad, to be fair.
Yeah, I heard. I heard it was alright, but one thing I heard is that they didn't morph until like pretty much the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Like you see them using their powers throughout the movie, which is cool. You want to see them morph. It's the Power Rangers. Like imagine Ninja Turtles. They did a reboot of the Ninja Turtles. And for like the first hour of the movie, it's just this kid going to the pet shop. He buys these turtles. And you're waiting for, when is he going to drop those turtles, man? Like,
you know
what I mean? The last half hour of the movie, they get dropped into the ooze, and then Splinter teaches them. They have a montage. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to do Turtles or Power Rangers or whatever. Yeah.
I really hate films that do that. It's like,
just get on with it, basically.
Get on with it, man. Yeah. Just do it. That's why I like that Homecoming didn't have the whole
origin. Yeah.
That's why I don't really like films that are new, like part ones of super films or whatnot, because they are they always tell the origin story. And you're
exactly.
Like, hurry up, man.
I don't know how many movies I've seen Batman or Superman or Spider-Man's origins, man. Like, I'm done with it. And you can kind of tell it without going so deep into it. You could just start the movie and have them be where they need to be. And just get on with the movie, basically. I don't need to see people. The other thing is, say regarding those three superheroes, even the people that don't read comic books know Superman's origin. Do you know what I mean? It's like everyone knows he's an alien from Krypton. That's all you need to know. His planet blew up. His parents sent him to these old people on a farm. We don't need the origin.
Exactly.
Everybody knows. I think everybody in our generation downwards, knows the Power Rangers. There's no need for a reboot. Just get on with it.
So basically, this was courtesy of Dacre Montgomery. Oh man, he played Jason in the 2007 film. He held a Reddit AMA on Ask Me Anything session for season 3.
Film.
17, sorry.
Oh, sorry, I was gonna say. Which one was that?
2017 film. He held a Reddit Ask Me Anything session for season 3 of Stranger Things because he stars in it, and he was asked whether fans would see another Power Rangers movie. He stated, "I think there is a movie in the works, but it's not with me in the cast. So yes, but not with us. which suggests a reboot is currently in development. So this is from CBR. So it could be in the works. No other details have been said or released. So we'll need to see about that. So it's a bit weird though, because I mean, if there's a film that's gonna, they should just carry on, really, unless they do a whole totally different thing.
I was gonna say that's the other problem with Hollywood these days is that when something fails, like it made enough money, didn't it? Like it made enough.
It made 100. The budget was 100 million, and it grossed 142 million.
It made enough then as well. It made enough as far as I'm concerned. Getting to my point.
Well, mixed reactions to it.
Basically, what they should do is just continue it, do a sequel to this movie, and just get them being Power Rangers more in the movie instead of like pussyfooting around it. Just again, get on with it. Oh my husband's really acting up. Because if they do another reboot, then it's going to be another origin, and it's like, come on, like you're going to keep doing this until you get it right. That's basically what why a lot of people. I've spoken to people. God, my asthma's acting up. Not everybody likes Homecoming, and it's because they've seen Spider-Man so many times in like a short amount of time as well. If you keep doing that, people are just going to lose interest. Like even when I saw Homecoming, I was not that interested. I was excited that he was in Civil War, but I didn't really care about Homecoming. I was more excited about Michael Keaton being in that movie, being a Vulture. Having said that, I love Far From Home. Homecoming. I do love Far From Home, by the way. But I love Homecoming. It's just that when I saw it, even after I saw it, I still wasn't that fussed. It's only as I watched it within recent months, I was like, damn, this is actually a really good movie. But it's because I've seen Spider-Man so many times. I'm like, come on, man. Like, I don't want to see another Superman or a Batman movie unless they're just established. They're just there. That's me anyway. You say some things. You say some things. I'm gonna have my asthma pump.
All right, so I'm gonna go on about Jon Favreau. So as we're talking about stuff that are kind of getting rebooted and made again, this one hasn't actually even been made yet. But Jon Favreau has already said on Jimmy Kimmel Live that he's actually started writing part of season 2 for the Mandalorian. So for me, that suggests that it is probably going to be a hit, or they assume it's going to be a hit. But then it is Disney, and they've got all the money in the world, and they can pretty much do whatever they want, even if it does fail. Which is probably what happened with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in a sense, because a lot of people didn't like it. I personally liked Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
But has that been cancelled?
No, it hasn't. But that's the thing. It's like a lot of people didn't like it when it was like season 2, 3, and 4, and those seasons. It wasn't until Ghost Rider came in, and then everyone was raving on about it again. But
I thought people were getting excited about it when it was the Inhumans. That's when I noticed people were talking about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. a lot when the Inhumans were.
Yeah, because they weren't really that great in it either.
No, but they weren't the Inhumans, though, were they? It wasn't like Black Bolt, was it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't those. There was a couple of them. There was a couple of the characters, but yeah, it wasn't that great. But talking about that point is that a lot of people didn't like it, and if it was any other show on any other network, it probably would have got cancelled. But because it's a Disney show on Disney, not Disney network, but part of Disney's networking, it didn't get cancelled. So I think Mandalorian, I am looking forward to it. I'm hoping it is going to be a great Star Wars universe series. For me personally, I hope that it does succeed, because if we start to get Star Wars anthology TV series, and we've started already to get Marvel anthology TV series, I hope my dream comes true and we get X-Men anthology TV series.
It's a big jump. Star Wars, Marvel.
I mean, they own it all. So
it's true. I mean,
and the way that they're doing this as well is that they have different shows with different directors as well. So it's not all. It won't all be Jon Favreau directing. I mean, he is a creator, but you have different directors coming in and directing an episode here and there, which I think will be great for. I don't know. Would it be great for X-Men? I think another team in the Xbox would I think that would work.
Yeah.
Better. Like every director can have their own take on a series or episode. So we'll see. I mean, I'm waffling on about X-Men, but trying to talk about the Mandalorian.
You saw this and you was like, "Yep, I'm going to use this to segue right into the X-Men." Definitely going on.
No, I just hope it does work. I mean, I hope that the way that they're doing this series works, because I think it's a good thing if they've got their streaming service. They need shows on it, and everybody's tired of the normal Skywalker stories. So let's do something new. They're doing the Mandalorian. Let's hope that works out.
Yeah, fingers crossed. It would be pretty dope.
What's up? I'm Letitia Wright, and you're listening to The Source Wall.
Well, we're back.
We're back.
A few technical difficulties there, but through editing, a lot of you probably won't even notice it.
Yeah. So, John Wick. So John Wick, creator, he's joined Disney's Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so he will be doing he'll be a showrunner, I think. Yeah.
Oh,
he's joining the writing team.
The writing team, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. In terms of I don't even know how to put it, just raw action. We'll get that from him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty dope.
I was saying it could be the way that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going right now, especially after what happened with Spider-Man. I think a lot of things will be turned upside down, and there isn't really anybody left in the Marvel Universe at the moment, is there?
No, really, I suppose not.
Because Winter Soldier is pretty much a bad guy still, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people will be too happy with Falcon taking on the Captain America mantle.
Yeah, that's going to be... with the reactions to Little Mermaid and such, it's going to be very interesting when we see Anthony Mackie dressed up as Captain America with wings. But I look forward to it. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Do you know, that's how they should do Captain America 4. Starring Anthony Mackie. I think he deserves it, man. He's gone from being
his own film.
Yeah, I would. He deserves it, man. And I think he would do a good job as well. They take a story from when Falcon was Captain America in the comics to take one of his stories. It'll be sick. Do it.
Yeah. I think it could be good. I mean, the creator of John Wick, that's a pretty dope character in itself. So,
John Wick, man.
Yeah.
If you could just take that magic and bring it to Falcon and Winter Soldier, we'll have a dope show. We'll have a really, really good show. I don't even think we're ready for how amazing this show will be, to be honest.
I was saying I haven't even seen John Wick 3 yet.
Oh, Jiminy Cricket, what are you doing with your life, man?
Get back on that.
Yeah, I suppose at this point, I doubt I'll be in the cinema anymore anyway.
No.
It's a bit late
I'll
now.
watch it soon.
I'm sure you will. But no, this sounds good. I'm excited about this. I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
For him to be the showrunner. I think it'll be very interesting. Because I would just love to see what he would do with these characters and how he would do it. I just expected a generic kind of TV show, but if he's doing it,
it could be something totally not
Yeah.
seen in the TV.
Yeah, basically, it'll be something different. It'll be something new. I feel like it'll be something new. So I think this will be interesting. This will be fun. Let's go for it. Go beyond. Plus Ultra. Let's do all that.
Plus Ultra. So into comic news, John Carpenter and Anthony Burch are co-writing a 40-page Joker one-shot.
Yes. I heard about this.
What do you think?
It's part of this whole, and I'm DC fan. I'm not even following it. I should, but they're building up to this whole what's it called?
Year of the Villain. Which, by the way, sounds like a cheap knockoff of when DC did Forever Evil a few years back. Remember that? No, I didn't.
They did all these comics where they were like crossing off the main character, like the superhero's name.
Yeah.
Sorry. And then they would put like the villain over the villain's name over the superhero's name, and then the villain would be on the cover.
Yeah.
That's what they did. And then it was a really good story because it's when they did what's that? Basically, the evil Justice League came from their Earth and murked everybody. Dick Grayson died. It was a really good storyline actually. Forever Evil. Bane took over Gotham because Batman was off doing whatever he was doing at the time in Forever. It was a really good storyline. Really, really good.
So what's the whole thing? So the villain follows Lex Luthor, who's actually a hybrid now, a human hybrid, because he's.
There's stuff in DC that I'm not even following. All I know is that I actually have the comic Year of the Villain, like this one shot. It was like 30p or something like that. I don't know why they sold it so cheap. I haven't even read it yet. I didn't know it was going to be like a big thing. But one thing I think I've read is that it's going to have something to do with the Batman Who Laughs as well. He's involved.
Okay.
They're really milking this character, by the way.
Yeah.
Really milking this character.
There's something going on with in Justice League with Lex Luthor and
really
and wow, what's his name?
Because I saw. Let's see if I can find it. Superman.
No, Brainiac.
Oh, Brainiac. Brainy-Yizzle.
Yeah.
I'm just looking.
I don't exactly know what was going on in that storyline, so I can't really say. But
okay. I'm just looking to see if I've got like a advert in one of my many DC comics.
So the description that DC's putting out for this Joker one shot, is this puts the Joker on a mission to get his swagger back in a world gone bad by outbatting everyone else, proving that the greatest evil is always the one that leaves them laughing.
Okay.
John Carpenter said the Joker is the greatest villain in comics.
True.
Proud to be reunited with Anthony on this project.
Okay. I think it'll be fun because it's going to be a 40-page Joker story. So first of all, regardless of what the story is about, you can't go wrong there.
Yeah.
So I'm excited on that sense. I wish I could find an advert that said about I'm going through all my Young Justice ones. I know it's in here somewhere. No, that's Batman and the Turtles. Basically, it says something about sorry, I forgot his name. Here we go. Year of the Villain, an all-new 32-page special for the DC universe. Oh, it doesn't say anything. It's got Lex Luthor, Bane, and the Batman Who Laughs as like the three villains.
Oh, right, okay.
You see that?
Yeah. So
Yeah. So and Cheetah or whatever her name is, that Wonder Woman's villain, which is weird. So I don't know. I might dig out the comic and read it and see what it's saying. That initial intro. But anyway, going to the Joker, I'll probably get that. Just says it's 40 pages of the Joker.
Yeah,
and I bet
think worth the read.
They're gonna have him wilding. They're gonna have him just straight Joker is maniacal, just crazy.
There is quite a few Joker books that's coming out while the film is going to be out as well.
Of course there are. It wouldn't be comic books and movies if they didn't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
But hey, I embrace it.
Yeah.
I'll embrace it. This is. I think this would be. It'll be a fun read. Whatever they do. I mean, Shazam got a new comic book when the Shazam movie.
Oh yeah.
So he got like a brand new #1 title. So it's just, I do hate that. I do dislike that. Superhero movies just can't come out and be superhero movies. They have to remember when the TV shows and the movies would have to kind of aim to be the comics, but now it's like the comics are aiming to be the movie. And I'm like, you're getting it wrong.
Yeah, don't do that, man. I hate when they do that.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? You think you'll read it?
Yeah, I think I'll read it. I'll give it a shot. I'm not really sure what the Year of the Villains is. It did sound interesting. Like, I kind of heard a few bits of what was going on in Justice League with Lex Luthor, and that did sound interesting. But the whole Year of the Villain thing, I'm not 100% because I'm not really up to scratch with the Batman Who Laughs. I kind of know what's going on with Bane and Batman because I've been reading Batman consecutively. But the whole Justice League and also Event Leviathan as well, I kind of know what's going on in that because I'm reading Superman. But all the other stuff that is happening within the DC universe, I'm not really, up to,
too many events at the moment. Like, does Leviathan have anything to do with Year of the Villain? Like, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. So I probably won't keep up with Year of the Villain, but I'll probably read that Joker book.
Yeah. I might just wait for both Year of the Villain and Leviathan to be graphic novels because I can't be bothered, man.
Yeah. So much.
It's a lot. I haven't even finished this is Marvel's, War of Realms. So
right.
I went looking for issue 6 the other day and the shop didn't have it. I also went looking for issue 7 of Batman Who Laughs. So
okay.
But I'm up to date with a lot of things. This is slightly off subject, but I'm up to date with Young Justice, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, Batman Who Laughs, sort of. And I've been reading comic books, everybody. Comic books. Feels good. Feels good to be back.
Well, you can give us a review after we talk about Amazon adapting the comic Paper Girls. Have you ever read that comic?
Do you know what? A good friend of mine recommended it. Did she buy it for me? I have the first 2 volumes of Paper Girls, and I've not touched them yet because they're supposed to be.
I've heard they're really good as well.
They're supposed to be really good
as well.
Yeah, Brian K. Vaughan is dope.
Yeah.
I have not read them yet. They've been on my list, and there's something that I definitely want to read and will read. But if they're going to get a TV show, I definitely have to read the books before.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't mean to. Sorry.
No, I was going to say it's one of those that I'd want to read the book as well before watching the show.
And I don't want to be that fan. It's like, oh, you only read it because the show. No. I had the books first. I've just got a stack of graphic novels that I haven't got around to, like a stack on 2 different shelves. So don't get me with that. It's just time and priorities and such. But if they're going to get a TV show, I'll definitely get on to reading the comics.
So Amazon basically picked it up. Brian K. Vaughan signed a deal with Legendary Entertainment. Paper Girl marks the first project under Vaughan's multi-year overall deal with Legendary Entertainment. It also expands Olsen's relationship with Amazon Studios, where she currently serves as the consulting producer on the anticipated The Lord of the Rings series. Paper Girls, the series follows 4 young girls who, while out delivering papers on the morning after Halloween in 1988, become unwittingly caught in a conflict between warring factions of time travelers, sending them on an adventure through time that will save the world. As they travel between our past, the present, and the future, they encounter future versions of themselves and now must choose to embrace or reject their fate. An emotional adventure in which the girls and the women they eventually become are tough, their friendships are authentic, and their journey through time is epic. That sounds
pretty dope.
Yeah.
You know, Brian K. Vaughan, everybody.
So,
Yeah, I didn't even know all that. I bought the books and didn't even read the back. So that's the first information about the story that I've ever gotten. I just knew that it was really good and I should read it. And I just heard, you know, when you just hear good things.
yeah.
So I just wanted to read it. But I'll read the books. It sounds dope. I think that premise would be a good TV show as well, by the way.
Yeah, I think so.
So
it seems like Disney's got their Disney Plus and the Marvel stuff. DC have got their HBO's thing coming out, which would have all the Warner stuff. Netflix has got all the Miller World stuff, it seems like.
yeah.
And Amazon would have all the Brian K. Vaughan's shows because they're still looking to do Why the Last Man.
Yeah. Well, it'd be pretty good. If you want your comic books, you got comic book live action fixed, you got to go to these different platforms to get them.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think I'll,
Max is cool.
yeah, I don't think I'll go anywhere like Disney Plus. Last one. I'm not having a bunch of to the point where it's costing me sky money. What's the point?
Yeah, I know that's the thing, right? That is the thing. Okay, should we do the comic our reviews? What we've been reading, or
Yes, we should, because I didn't get to do it last time. So it'd be nice as long as the internet's not even internet hangouts that we're using is working well. Go for it.
By the way, sorry for the cut-offs and lagging, but apparently Hangouts is going to be continued very soon, so we'll have to find another way to stream or put our podcasts up. So you know, next week would be probably the last week on Hangouts that we do.
Unfortunately, it might just be, but we'll still be around doing our source wall ling.
Exactly. Yep.
You just gotta look out for us. We'll be around, man. And
we'll be there. We'll be there. So, what have you been reading? Catching up?
Blur. All right, where do I want to start? Where do I want to start? Naomi is sick. I'm gonna give these all brief. I've been gonna go brief because I've been reading a lot of comic books. I finally read issues 4, 5, and 6 of Naomi. 6 only came out the other day. She is gonna take the DC universe by storm. Like, she had a really, really good origin as far as origin stories can go. And what I like to buy is that it just wasn't what you expected, because I think months ago when I told you about one issue where she goes to this guy's garage.
Yeah.
And there was a picture of this guy and someone that looks like her, and she's like, "Is that my mom?" That wasn't her mom. I'm not even sure who that woman was. Did they even?
I don't think they did.
They didn't even tell us who that woman was. It was just a coincidence. I think that guy was just missing home. But it turns out her Earth dad, spoilers, I'm only going to go briefly into this. Her Earth dad is an alien. An alien from... Is he from Ran? He's from where Adam Strange is from? Rocket Man, basically.
Right.
And the guy who owns the garage, D, he's from Thanagar. He's like a Hawkman.
Yeah.
They were warring it out. D comes to Earth. So her dad follows, but falls in love. And D was just chilling. D didn't start any trouble. He just set up a garage. So he's like, well, if he ain't going to do nothing, I like this woman. I'm going to stay here. And do you know what I mean? Turns out they couldn't have a kid. Naomi's dad couldn't have a kid.
Oh, right, yeah.
I assume it's because they're both aliens. So that's it. They had their problems. And then I forgot Naomi's dad's name. Naomi's dad's alien beacon thing goes off, and so does D's. So they both go to this place, and then out of nowhere, these warriors just come. This woman with a baby just comes, and she's being chased. So D and Naomi's dad's like, okay, we got to beat him up and save this woman with the baby. And then the woman basically leaves the baby with them, and that was Naomi. So Naomi is from a different Earth. She's not from an alien planet, but she's from a different Earth where I forgot what happened, but basically all of the people's max potentials have just been reached, if that makes sense. So if you were like, I'm using super speed as an example. If you could run really, really fast, that would be that would be your ability. You would just be able to just flash around.
Right.
And Naomi is the firstborn from two, because the people that are like that, they weren't born that way, but she's the first one that was born this way by two people who were. And there was a guy who was one of the guys that was reborn was actually a guy on death row. And he got his powers right as he was about to be been given a chair. But then he breaks out, basically destroys their Earth, kills her parents, and Naomi learns all this because she got like kind of Superman did. She was sent something, a message from her mum. So her mum told her all of this, her biological mum. Then she goes to her best friend, tells her best friend. Then the guy who killed her parents shows up. I'm not going to go all into it, but Naomi issue 1 through 6 was that was one of the best comics I've read in a long time. I'm actually all over the place right now with just excitement how good that was. I am now looking forward to issue. Basically, at the end of it, she's decided to wander off. She didn't even go home. Her mom was like, "Come down here right now." And she's like, "Mom, I don't think I'm coming back down ever again." That was such a dope line. And she's gonna go off and just basically find out about herself. Apparently, her origin has something to do with the DC universe as a whole, and we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out more in Action Comics issue 115, I think it is. She's gonna be in that. She's gonna be in that issue. So that's the next time we're gonna see her, and then she's gonna get a comic book called Naomi 2, which I can't wait for.
Nice.
Excuse me if that wasn't the best review. There's other stuff I want to talk about, but if you've not read Naomi, if you can get the second prints or the graphic novel is on its way out, seriously, read you some Naomi. It's such a good story. Brian Michael Bendis has done it again with this one. I'm telling you, that's like, she will be the Miles Morales of the DC universe. She will be. She's such a dope character as well. So that's that. I read Naomi. The other thing I read was the script say that I read? Doomsday Clock. Oh my days. Let's talk about this a bit. So I read Doomsday Clock issue 10, which I'm sure you read as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Was this not?
Let me get it up because I read it quite a while ago.
Yeah, me too. It's been a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
But was this not? For me personally, it was one of the best issues out of the 10 they've released so far. Like, this was one of the best because
let me jeez, where is it? I can't find it. It remind me what was going on again. This wasn't the one where Dr. Manhattan, he was actually explaining what was going on, right? He was
explaining basically what he did to the DC universe, because he showed up and he noticed that Superman was like the first superhero. He knows everything about this universe kind of revolved around Superman. So he thought he'd do a few things where he noticed it was a strange universe. Like, every time Superman's origin kept changing. So like,
that's it. Yeah.
So the first time he showed up was like 1930 something. I've got it here. 1938. 1938 was the first time Superman had arrived, and he had witnessed it. And obviously, to us, that's obviously like when he was like created. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then it shows like the Justice League, the Justice Society of America forming as well.
Yeah.
And if people, old school DC comic fans, will know that Superman used to be part of the JSA until there was a crisis and that changed. The JSA became an alternate Earth, and then they did it where it was like they were just the older superheroes, so they changed it. But he kept noticing it, and he kept doing things
just to change it up.
Just to change it up, just to see what would happen, and everything kept changing. And no, it was already changing. So it changed to like modern time comics, like 90s comics, then 2000s. It showed him with the Dr. Manhattan witnessed Superman joining the what are they called? Those superheroes from the future. The Legion of Superheroes is written right there. Yeah. Shows him joining them. He's seeing where, as in Dr. Manhattan, is seeing when Alan Scott gets the Green Lantern, and he was so mean because it actually, remember in issues back, he said he moved the lantern so that he couldn't get it. You actually see him, Alan Scott, reaching for it, and you see his big blue hand just pick up the lantern and walk off. That's such a piss take. There was a dope scene where as he was altering Earth, Wally West shows up because obviously he was supposed to be from the timeline, but remember he was missing. And Wally West says, "Whatever you did, they'll stop you." And Manhattan's like,
"Oh right,
yeah, I don't have a clue who this is, but whatever." But what I thought was interesting, it catches up to the New 52 basically, and what Manhattan did was he got rid of Clark Kent's parents, Jonathan and Martha, because he wanted to see what it would be like if he wasn't raised by them. So it's like they found him. He had them for his teens, but by the time he became Superman, he didn't have them. And it's funny because I remember when the New 52 started, we knew that his parents had died earlier. And I remember the selling point was he's going to be a bit of a rougher Superman because he didn't have Jonathan and Martha for as long as previous Superman did. And when you saw him, he was a bit of a dick when he started, and it was just a really cool read showing what he's done up until this moment. And he kept using this guy. There was this actor that he made friends with, and he kept he would tell him his future, what his next year would be like.
Yeah, because he was a struggling actor.
Yeah,
and every year he would just turn up and tell him, would he actually say exactly what was going on, or was it?
I think he would say something like, because I think the first time it was like, in the next year you're gonna get an audition that's gonna change your life forever. He wasn't even necessarily like for the better or for the worse. Said it's gonna change your life, and the next thing you know, he was like a big Hollywood star. But it's like he was using that to kind of as his gauging point for what the universe is doing. He was using this guy as like almost like his catalyst, just to see what happens if I do this. And
yes,
this was just
he takes the P, man.
It's like he
is a bad guy. He is pretty much, and he says it at the end. He's like, I'm pretty much the bad guy, really.
Yeah, he's like in this universe, I'm the bad guy.
Yeah,
he says something like, let's see if I can find the line. He says, so he says, on a collision course with a man of action. No, he says, I'm a man of Sorry, let me start again. I'm a man of inaction on a collision course with a man of action. To this universe of hope, I have become the villain. That was a dope way to end the comic as well.
That's one thing I'm kind of upset about it, is that they've ended it like that kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah, I mean it's good, but when's the next? I think it's one of those where it's been so long, like that this book is being out. It's like
too long. It was only supposed to be 12 months.
It's only supposed to be 12 months, but it's been so long.
About 2 years or a year and a half.
And now it's like, so what's going to happen? What's happening now with it? What's going on?
Yeah. The annoying thing is, because as excited as I was for this, it's like I'm gonna have to wait ages for the next one. It's not gonna be like next month. It's gonna be like Summer's End or something stupid like that. Can you believe it? Summer's End when
that's not the final issue, was it? I read it as
it's 12 issues. No, it's the 12. There's 12 issues. This was issue 10. Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you know what?
No, there's 2 more issues, man.
That's what confused me, man. Because when I read that last bit, that was like, for me, I felt, oh shit, is that could have been it? That could have been the end of it.
It could have been.
Yeah. And I was thinking, when is this going to conclude? When are we going to get the next bit? It has to
story,
come. Yeah, but in like another arc, though, in like another story arc, really.
No, we'll definitely get it by the end of, issues 11 and
It's
12.
at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's going to be like Summer's End will get issue 11, and then New Year's will get issue 12, and it would have officially been 2 years, which is ridiculous. But hey, man, as long as we're getting it.
No, that was a sick comic though.
It was one of the best. It was out of the 10 that I've read.
Yeah, definitely. Just like the way it went through the years as well.
Yeah.
And like you kind of see Superman, like the very first comic where he lifts the car up as well.
Yeah, and I actually remember that. Like, obviously looking at stills from when I was young, when I used to go on. I remember there was a time I actually went online and tried to find the very first Superman comic. So I remember that. I remember that. You know what I mean? I just think it's just really cleverly written. It goes on to Jim Corrigan, who's the Spectre or whatever he's called. Wesley Dodds, who's the Sandman. Kent Nelson, who's Dr. Fate. I just think it's really sick that I went through everybody kind of like, because you know what, go out and get Doomsday Clock issue 10. It was just a really dope. I'm just too excited to even talk about the story. Plus, I want to talk about another one as well. One more.
Yeah,
because I know you gotta do yours. Superman Year 1, Issue 1 was a really, really good read. I had so much fun with that, and it was a nice different take on how many times are they going to do Superman's origin. But hey, somebody keeps coming up with original stuff, because you know traditionally he's found, he goes to school, he grows up, he finds out that he's an alien, and then he goes on his world trip. But this time with their world trip, we will probably see this in the next issue. He, as you told me before, he joins the Navy, which I thought was a clever way of doing it. But one of the things I liked about this comic was it actually shows you, unless there are other comics that do that, his growth, basically what it was like for them to actually raise him. It wasn't like go on. No, I was going to say, the only time I had seen that, and I think I brought this up on the podcast issues ago, was when there was an old Superman cartoon when he was a baby. It kept showing him as a baby, and I always remembered him walking with his mom, and he wanted like hot dogs or something, and she said no. He's like, no, I want them now, and he heats them. he does heat. I think actually, I remember you did mention it on the podcast. But I actually think I found it and sent it to you and Isha. Yeah, I don't know if you guys watched it, but I found it and I sent it to you. But that's the only time I've seen them struggle with this superpowered baby. Like, they're playing catch in the field, and they're like, oh, he's probably in Alaska by now. He'll be better. Yeah. But he's like, he's a toddler. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. And then he just turns up like. Yeah, when he's ready, and they know he'll be fine. And you do see the struggles as well. You do see the struggles of him growing up, and because it's like when he's in college as well, like he kind of pees them off when it's like the final game. Yeah, and he uses his powers, kind of thing. Oh yeah, and his parents were like, "Clark, what you?" They didn't say it, but their faces were like, "What is he doing?" You know, we raised in bed and that. But he felt like I can do this just because they can't. Why can't I? Do you know what I mean? And that's understandable. He's a teenage boy. Do you know what I mean? He has these amazing abilities, and it's like he can't. It must be. Do you know what? It was the Justice League animated series that said it best, where Superman was going to fight Darkseid. I think in the very last episode, and he said, "I feel like I live in a world of cardboard." He has to be careful with every step that he makes. And I was like, me and my brother were always like, that's such a dope line. But that must be what it's like for him. Yeah, imagine just treading on cardboard, trying not to crush it. Like, that must be horrible. Yeah. Constantly having to be like that. Yeah, I thought it was really good. It was a good take on it as well, because the whole story with the bullies as well, and I was gonna say about him sticking up. Yeah, I thought it was a good. It was a really good first issue. Yeah, good read. Good solid one. Not a lot of first issues always grab me. Sometimes I collect them. I collect them to kind of like, okay, I'll carry on because I know this is going to be a good story. But usually the first issue is a bit, okay, I need something. Do you know what I mean? But this one, maybe it was because it had more pages, because it's not your traditional first issue. But Yo, Superman Year One, really, really good read. I definitely recommend you people go out and get that. I've talked enough. What have you read?
Well, I was going to go into Thor, but you have not finished reading.
I'm so behind on 4.
Yeah, but Thor was really good. It's a new beginning for him. It's a new beginning for quite a few people, actually. And kind of a crazy ending for someone as well.
Oh,
What can I say without spoiling it? It was just a really good read. It was a good bookend to what was going on in the whole, not the whole run, but the whole kind of like the whole run of Jason Aaron. It kind of leads up to this kind of point in a sense.
yeah.
And I think moving on from here should be really interesting. I think the next book he's on, I'm most interested about, because this will be King Thor, and it will be the last. I think the next issue would be the final issue for Mike Del Mondo, who's the artist on this. He's bloody good, really, really good. And then in September, Jason Aaron reunites with Esad Ribic.
Yeah.
I can never pronounce his name right.
I think it's Esad Ribic.
Yeah, he is one of my favorite artists at the moment.
He's
man.
dope.
He's so good, man. Anything he's drawing, I try to read, or at least try to look at. But it will be the conclusion of 7 years with Jason Aaron and Thor. So it comes to a concluding end of King Thor, and I
wait a minute.
Can't wait, man.
Is this the last issue of 4?
This one isn't the last issue. No, sorry, it's not the last issue. But it kind of ends in a way where it's like, okay, this is the next chapter.
Yeah, I just mean because they're doing Jason Aaron's run is basically coming to an end. What are they doing with 4? Is someone else taking over, or?
Possibly. I'm not sure who just yet. I haven't read up on that. But
Someone's gonna have not a hard time. But if they get a good writer, they get a good writer. But big shoes to fill.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? It's not just like getting 4 and like, okay, I'm going to do this story arc. I'm going to do this story arc. It's the way he, you can tell he researched his mythology for one.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell he researched his mythology because he used those characters from Norse mythology. And it's then when you're reading the comic book and there'll be a flashback, like a flashback to young Thor, not Thor with the hammer, but young Thor. And then you'll see that flashback come back later. Do you know what I mean? And then it will relate to what's going on in this. It's written so well. It's not as simple as just. It's not as simple as just okay. This is this story arc. This is that story arc. You know, and it keeps going. There's flashbacks. There's flash forwards. There's you see
exactly.
You see issues with his granddaughters as the stars, and then that relates back. And it's done so well. If you're not reading it properly, it can be confusing. But if you're reading it properly, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, and there's a lot of callbacks as well throughout his run.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the kind of thing I like callbacks to the first issue or the first arc of the story, and leading up all the way up into the end. I mean, it's been epic. It has been epic, and I hope. It makes me even more looking forward to going on to kind of a different subject, but going on to Jonathan Hickman's run on the X-Men. Because if it's anything like this, then I mean we've got a great few years in the Marvel Comics spectrum.
Definitely, man. Oh, definitely. I'm gonna try because I was binge reading Young Justice and Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, but I'm done with those now. I think I've got one issue of Friendly Neighborhood. Which one?
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I need to actually catch up on Amazing Spider-Man as well.
I've given up on that. I've taken off my pull list, unfortunately.
Yeah, that Hunted is really draining, man. There's so many.
I think it's over now. Just looking at the covers, it's over now. But,
it has finished. They started a new arc now, so
yeah. I'm gonna read Hunted at some point. Like I'll binge read it. But what I was gonna say is, I'm gonna try and binge read all of 4/War of Realms and try and get to issue 15 by the next podcast, and then we can talk about it properly if you like. But I'm not promising. I'll try to get through it.
yeah. Try your best. Yeah,
I'll probably start it tonight, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the only review I'm gonna do because I haven't read that much this week. I read Savage Avengers and Weapons Plus, but I've not really. I read them very early in the week as well.
Fair enough.
So yeah, let's move on to the pull list.
Oh god, we got the pull list. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Jiminy Cricket.
So finally on the pull list, or the first one on the pull list, is Jimmy Olsen issue 1 by Matt Fraction and Steve Lieber.
Matt Fraction, he's dope.
Yeah, man. So Jimmy Olsen must die. Wait, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Jimmy Olsen lives. Superman's best friend and Daily Planet photographer Jimmy Olsen tours the bizarre underbelly of the DC universe in this new miniseries featuring death, destruction, giant turtles, and more. Not the Ninja Turtles, though. It's a century-spanning whirlwind of weird that starts in Metropolis and ends in Gotham City, and then we kill Jimmy.
As you might want to read it just to get to the end where they kill him.
Just to get to the end, yeah.
That's actually a really good sales play, like, because it's not like we're gonna kill Batman, we're gonna kill Jimmy Olsen.
We're gonna kill Jimmy.
Probably the nicest guy in the DC universe.
Exactly.
Oh, that poor kid.
That is going to be 12 issues. So it's the first
12 issues. I'm not buying that because it's probably going to take 2 years to come out.
Yeah. Next one is Resonant, issue 1. This one's by David Andri and Alejandro Aragon. This is by Vault Comics. A decade has passed since the first waves hit, unleashing humanity's darkest impulses and plunging the world into chaos. Paxton, a single father of 3, must venture from the secluded haven they have built to restock the medicine his chronically ill youngest son needs to survive. When the somewhat routine trip goes awry, Paxton and his children, now separated, will battle everything in their path to reunite.
He sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it does actually.
I mean, the weak son. I'm like, see, you're the reason that everything's gonna happen because you're weak. You need to like just fix up and eat your greens or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just messing about, right?
So the next one is Uncanny X-Men issue 22. This one is I think it's the final X-Men until we get Jonathan Hickman.
Damn.
So this one's by Matthew Rosenberg, Salvador Lacroca, and Wallace Portaco. I just butchered that name. It all ends here. This is forever. As Cyclops' cleanup mission nears its close, all the problems the X-Men face come together. The truth behind the Hellfire Club's intention, the culmination of the One's assault on mutant kind, and even their inner struggles within the team. It all ends here. This is forever. So I've enjoyed this. I've really enjoyed the Uncanny X-Men. This Uncanny X-Men run. The only thing I'm really sad about is that I haven't been reading the other X-Men tie-ins where there's another. I've got no time for that, man. So the previous book, Astonishing X-Men, when Xavier comes back, I wish that had something to do with what was going on in Uncanny. I was kind of expecting that, but that didn't happen. But it was still a good run anyway.
Yeah,
you're reading it, aren't you?
Yeah, it's been an interesting run. I'll definitely say that, because I think I was saying last time that where it starts, none of those characters are even around anymore. So I thought that was a really clever way of because imagine those were your favorite characters, and then where are they? So I think that's a clever way of doing it. But like you said, it's been a lot of fun as well. It's been just a really good read. I'm looking forward to the. I need to catch up, because I think I'm about 3 behind. I've got them sitting there. I'm looking at. I need to catch up, read those, and then I'm just looking forward to what's coming next again.
Jonathan
Hickman stuff. I'm looking forward to that. So let's get this out of the way and get on to Jonathan Hickman.
Yeah, exactly. It should be good, man.
Yeah.
Cannot wait.
Feels nice that the X-Men feel like they're back as well. Like they're X-Men comics. They're fantastic. They need to do a crossover event with the X-Men and Fantastic Four. I don't know what the reason needs to be. What I know is that we have them back, and they may as well just do a crossover comic. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do it. If Susan Storm or Richards, whatever her name is, can join Shield, they can bump heads with the X-Men. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Next one on the list is one of my favorites, or I'm sure it will be my favorite. Is Silver Surfer Black issue 2.
Is he black in this comic? Excuse me. Is he black in this comic?
I think he's changing black.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. So Donny Cates and Tradd Moore, marooned across the cosmos, the Surfer will have to risk everything to beat back the void that threatens to swallow the galaxy whole, including his very soul. Donny Cates, I mean, another one of my favorites at the moment as well.
He's dope as well,
along with Jason Aaron. I think Marvel's he's going to be pretty good by the time the year ends. I mean, we've got Jason Aaron, Jonathan Hickman back, and Donny Cates.
I feel like
you really should be reading Immortal Hulk as well, man. That's been really good.
It's in my wish list, but you'll be happy to know that my Conan graphic novel has been shipped.
Nice.
So once that comes to the
what you ordered on the show.
Yeah, I got the email today, so that'll be shipped, and then after that I'll probably buy the Immortal Hulk one.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm about these comics, man.
Yeah. So the final one on the pull list is Excellence, issue 3 by Brendan Thomas, Kari Randolph, and Emilio Lopez. Spencer Dales and Aaron Mills were supposed to be brothers, but will their responsibilities to their ages tear them apart? This is the one I spoke about, issue 1, where it's in a world of different magicians, sorcerers, who are kind of protecting the world, but in secret. And it's kind of like a family. It's kind of passed down through the families. I only read issue 1. I need to catch up on issue 2, but as you can see, issue 3 is out now, so we got some catching up to do on those.
Yeah, as we always do. You guys don't even want to see my stack. You really don't. All right, that's cool.
All right,
and that's that. That's it. That's everything. We've
indeed.
We're up to date, and now you are up to date.
Yes. Well, thanks for joining us today on this bit of a hectic issue of the Source Wall.
Yeah.
It had to be issue 69, right?
It had to be.
Really messed us over, so to say.
Yeah. Turn us in. Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for joining us this week. If you You can catch us live next week. After that, we're not so sure. We need to figure something out. But if we're not live, you can always catch us on SoundCloud. We'll always upload to YouTube. We are on Stitcher, Stitcher, iTunes, and Spotify.
And that's everything. Come back next week. If you don't, we'll hold it against you. But we love you anyways. And don't forget to bring a sandwich. Indeed. Also, there was a lag. There was a lag is why I hesitated to speak.
All right. Peace out.
The way for you to be proper done. That's why, if that sounded awkward, peace out.
Hi, this is Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, and you're listening to The Source War.